Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
Hello everybody, how was your Christmas? As promised, today I'll be answering the questions you sent to me in my last video. So without further ado, let's get to business.
Are there any kaiju-based theme parks? Are they good?
I don't think there are parks that are all kaiju themed, but there are a few rides based on monster movies, most of which use either King Kong or Godzilla. In the US, your option seems to be either King Kong 360 3D at the Universal Studios Hollywood or Skull Island Reign of Kong at Universal Studios Orlando, both featuring the 2005 version of Kong though. They're used to exit two other attractions based on the character at the Universal Parks, one of which closed in 2002 and the other burned down in 2008. Also, there apparently is a similar Kong ride in China at the China Dinosaur Park in Changzhou, but I can't find any more information on that. As for Godzilla, you have to go to Japan for anything related to the character. And even then, the only ride still operational is a Shin Godzilla based one at Ninjigen no Mori. That being said, there have been a couple other Godzilla attractions in the past, including one that was present at Sanrio Land back in the 1990s and another one briefly displayed at Universal Studios Japan from May to August of 2019, this one crossing the King of the Monsters with Neon Genesis Evangelion. Speaking of which, there is also an interactive space themed after the anime at Fuji-Q Highland. You can take pictures inside the elevator. Now, if they are any good, I can't tell. You have to go for yourself and come back here to film in.
Who is your favorite show actor and why is it Kenji Sahara? LOL.
I don't have a straight answer for this one, but I can tell you it ain't Kenji Sahara. This is difficult to answer because my favorite Showa characters were played by actors who never made tokusatsu films before or since. So I'm not sure if they satisfy your question. As far as Toho regulars go though, they very rarely got much to work with, that's a fact, so their likability and recognition often boil down to sheer charisma and presence, not to mention how often they would appear on screen. In this case, I would say that Akira Takarada is probably the first show actor that comes to my mind when we talk about favorites. The fact that they kept bringing him back again and again for more movies even after the heyday of these films showed that this is an opinion shared by a large portion of the fanbase. I feel Akihiko Hirata, who I also like a lot, would have achieved a similar level of following had he died at such a young age. And of course, there is Takashi Shimura, though I feel I like the fact that he is in these films more than his work in them proper. I'm sorry if my answers were a little cliché and generic, but like I said, these movies' best actors for some reason were one-time kind of deals, leaving us with the usual suspects.
Toho movies are often known as kitchen sink movies, where almost anything can happen, so not including House. What are some of your favorite WTF moments in Toho movies?
Again, I apologize for the cliché answer, but it's just that I don't think I will ever get over Godzilla flying Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I will keep using this clip whenever I bring this film up until the end of times. I think the reason this scene left such an impact on me is because it feels like the punchline for an hour and a half long joke. You will already be quite disoriented by the time this scene hits, and when it does, you have to wonder if you are really seeing what you think you're seeing. I'm pretty sure this was intentional though, not the part about it being a movie level punchline, but the part about it being a joke. It's built in a comical way, there is no denial of that. It's just that after the long string of insanity that is the film, the overall effect of said joke will depend on your state of mind during Godzilla's liftoff. Other than that, I think the giant octopus from the end of Frankenstein Conquers the World is the most random thing I've seen in a Toho movie. Not because a giant octopus is out of place in one of these films, of course, it's just that it comes out of nowhere only to fuck with the monster's life. It's literally a Diabolus Ex Machina, the opposite of a Deus Ex Machina. But for real though, the one thing I think I've never ever seen a Godzilla movie is pornographic nudity, and there it is, in the background of one of the most kiddish installments of the franchise to boot.
What led to your love of these films?
Well, the one is pretty straightforward, because it was probably Power Rangers. Imagine growing used to, if not enthralled by the idea of whatever this is, only to discover there is a much bigger world out there for this genre of media, which obviously includes and is mostly dominated by Godzilla. From Godzilla, it was only a small step to start watching other sorts of Japanese movies. This channel also helped, as I felt this is the type of flick you guys wanted to see, so I started going after it more and more often for content's sake. So yeah, thanks for pushing me into this rabbit hole of corny, poorly made foreign language fever dreams.
My Q&A question is if you are planning for 2021 to review different kinds of movies or, perhaps, more cringe ones at least. Ha 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 ha, thanks for another year.
I've been avoiding to review movies just to make fun of them because comedy is hard. I felt I had already run out of vampire jokes when reviewing Lake of Dracula. To give an idea, this is the reason I prefer to talk about films I actually have something to talk about, rather than just poke fun of how bizarre it is. That's what I've been trying to do since the beginning of the year, and I've been very happy with the results, to be honest. I think my videos have matured somehow. Of course that every now and then I'll come back to my old style if I think I have funny enough jokes to carry the video, or if there isn't much to talk about the movie in the first place. Now, about reviewing different kinds of movies, I would say this is the plan for 2021. I am apprehensive of doing so because last time I did something really out of the ordinary for me, you guys' response was God. But I really don't want to be the guy who only talks about giant monster movies or Japanese movies. There are already people out there doing exactly that. At the same time, I fear alienating my audience when talking about stuff you may not be all that invested in. So it's a trick act of balancing the two things, trying to make myself happy and trying to make you happy. If I can find something we both agree makes us happy, the better. The Bloodthirsty trilogy is an example of such a thing, but it's all trial and error. It will be some time until I invest my time in another lengthy retrospective though, so for now I believe I can safely alternate between new stuff and old stuff in search for this sweet spot. For next year, expect more monster movies, yeah, but also more than just that. I'll try to bring variety to the channel as we approach our first 100 subscribers. And that's it for the questions. I think I'll be signing off here, but first I'd like to thank all of you for sticking with me through this video and also through this year. 2020 was a very good year for the channel. I published 23 new videos, including the final batch of my Godzilla retrospective, a body of work I'm overall very happy with. All of this content attracted over 40 new people, and I really couldn't ask for better subscribers. You guys have been amazing since the start, showing support and appreciation for my work, pushing me forward to create new and exciting content. If the channel grew the way it did, it was all because of you, so I really can't thank you enough for everything this year. I wish you all and your families the merriest of New Year's, and I hope seeing everyone again in a couple weeks for a brand new video. Until the next time, and have a good one.
And a happy new year.